welcome back to Marzewski Family Homestead. So today, my husband is going to put his new bar onto his Husqvarna 545 Mark II chainsaw, and then we're going to get over there and actually go saw some wood. We had other plans today, but those plans got messed up. Like I said, you never know what's going to go on the homestead at all. Here. So we're gonna watch him. He's right now in the process of blowing out all of the sawdust and the oil from that little cover that goes over top of this. And how you basically take it off is you unscrew these two nuts, and you make sure you loosen the chain, so that way the chain is very loose. And then you pull this backwards. Pull it backwards so that way you're able to actually slide it all off. It's very simple. So he's going to show y'all how to put it back together. And the reason why we are changing the bar is because it's actually bent. The sawmill, the Alaskan sawmill that we were using for this, it actually bent it. You fix it. It actually bent the bar. We don't know how. We don't know when it occurred. But it heated it up so much. Let me show y'all this bar. So yeah, so it heated it up so much. I mean, it's all messed up. Like the chain won't move or won't glide around this. Am I right?
No, it's just it'll cut crooked. It ain't gonna.
Yeah, so it's cut and crooked.
As soon as you try to make a straight line, it's wanting to veer to the one way. That means it's bent.
So
or something's the matter with the chain.
Yeah, it's already been heated up really good. And so we're gonna put a new bar on it, and then we're gonna get to cutting.
Alright, y'all, I did take this already apart, but my wife said something about it. But I didn't re-record that. But it's pretty obvious. But the only thing that's really tactical taking this apart is make sure you release the brake on the chain before you take this cover off that goes here. Because if you get that, if it's in the wrong spot and it's down on the down position on the lock chain, it'll pop this, and then you need a screwdriver and you need to put it on here and try to hold it and try to get it back into position for the lock, because that's a pain in the butt, because that already happened to me once before. But I did clean up all this, all the sawdust and everything. It looks back to somewhat new. And I also cleaned everything here before I'm putting everything new on, you know, so it's nice and clean. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bar, 20-inch bar, on the chainsaw, like so.
Turn it sideways a little bit. There you go.
Get this other stuff out of the way. And the easiest way to clean the stuff up off the chain, the chainsaw, I've been using an air compressor. And some people might not know this, but you know, the chain runs this direction. So there's a certain way you put this chain on. I've seen some people put it on the wrong way before. That's why I'm mentioning that. But I'm going to put it around the clutch. Put it around the clutch assembly.
Move your arm.
It's kind of hard to get this all.
Okay, so the clutch assembly is back there in the back.
It's on the motor side. Alright. that's it.
No, go get that key out of my car.
So basically that's what it looks like after it's done. Well, not done, but
With the bar and chain on
with
it.
the bar and chain before I put this on there, and then that'll allow me to adjust the chain and everything else. And I'm gonna have to probably put a little slack in the chain, because when I took it off, I loosened up the slack, and then you're supposed to do that. And everything lines up just like champ. Alright, so that's with the cover on it. I just have these snugged up by hand. And now I need to wrench that lever I had. Where's that at?
Back of the car, in that little container. You want the doggy out?
He's confiscating my stuff.
He's always confiscating your stuff. He wants to be just like his daddy. He was working on his tools.
I ain't gonna have no tools. By the time 10 more years from now, I ain't gonna have not a tool. He's gonna say it's his. And that'll be okay, because then he can do all the work.
Is that what your dad did to you?
Yeah, somewhat. No, I didn't take his tools. He says I did, but I didn't. I'm just gonna snug these up a little bit, just to keep it somewhat there, very loosely, because you have to adjust the chain, and you need these loose so that the bar can slide when you adjust the chain. And you just turn this screw clockwise to tighten it, counterclockwise to loosen it. And you can probably see the chain is coming up, on the bottom side is coming up. Okay. And you don't want to snug this chain down too tight, because it'll create friction. You want to have a little bit of play in it, like so it rides freely but doesn't flop around. It's kind of hard to explain how to do it, but I just do it just so I can pull down and it real easily, and it moves. And then I'm going to snug it up.
Hey, I didn't tell you this, but we actually have like 2 more of those tools, but
Yeah, I know.
I don't know where they're at.
I just like it tight, so when you put pressure down, even though the chains, the bar won't slide up and down, because there is play in that track. Alright, and the brake is released still, and I can do this by hand, as y'all see. Now the brake's tight, and it won't move. It won't spin. The brake's released, and it runs free. And that's how you put a chain and a bar on a chainsaw. Husqvarna 545, which are all pretty much the same. Some of the older style, these nuts here, they actually come off and you can set them aside, but the newer styles, they have like a clip retenancy there, so you won't lose the nuts off of this front mechanism piece. So when you loosen them up and take them off, they are pretty much hooked to here, so they ain't gonna fall and hit the ground and go nowhere. So
It's gonna work. What do you got? And he's got a mushroom.
Put it down, bud. Poisonous one.
Throw it away.
Put it down.
Put it down.